Dear all, in this capsule I will present you the main ideas behind the chapter 16 called Of Life in the Hive. The central question leading this chapter is why it is so difficult for young people to disconnect themselves from social media. The author exemplifies the problem citing a study in which researchers asked university students to abstain from all digital media for 24 hours. The results were worrying, revealing a range of emotional anguish such as addiction, failure to unplug, boredom, confusion, distress, and isolation. To the researchers, these feelings suggest a psychological dependency on the others. Equally disquieting, the effect of social media will increase from older generations to new generations. Zuboff explains that social media is principally molded by the psychological structure of adolescence and emerging adulthood, when one is naturally oriented towards the others. This relation with social media will be called by Zuboff as a hand-in-glove relationship. The hand is the proper features of the period of adolescence, which is characterized by the great importance given to others in the construction of our own identity. The author writes, "It is a time when I am whatever the other thinks of me, and how I feel is a function of how the others treat me." In the words of Robert Keegan, the period of adolescence is a time in which we transit from a culture of mutuality to a more complex culture of identity, self-authorship, and personal autonomy. To the author, the process of self-making of adolescence in our era is shaped by three conditions: the declination of traditional society and the evolution of social complexity, which accelerates the process of individualization, the digital connection that has become a necessary mean for social participation, and the surveillance capitalism that dominates and instrumentalizes digital connections. On the other side, the gloves are the social media's design practices that accelerate the inclination of adolescents into an unstoppable need. Zuboff stresses that the use of social media by young people drives them towards more automatic and less voluntary behavior. It functions as a compulsion, which far from being an unwanted effect is rather an objective of platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Focusing on Facebook's features, Zuboff explains its success on adolescents in its network effects and by the fact that it was designed coincidentally by young people and emerging adults. On the other hand, features such as the like button and the newsfeed configurations feeds the individual's user's inclinations towards fusion with the group and the tendency to overshare personal information. These and other additional features increase the social comparison between users and damages their self-esteem in a self-reinforcing process. At the same time, these phenomena lead to more body surveillance as users use more time in social media. To Zuboff, these dynamics unnaturally exacerbates and intensifies our natural orientations towards the group. The consequence, says Zuboff, is the death of individuality as understood by modern thinkers. This is as the repository of unalienable dignity, rights and obligations, and as an autonomous individual with inner resources and moral judgment capacity.